preaching about. But Americans and these Brits, when they get a little cocky, they step out of their boundary and figure out the real world is, they get a hard case of reality. And it happened to American when he was beating everybody that came over here. So, you know, will AJ make the same mistake? I don't think so. I think eventually they're not going to come to America. I think Eddie Hearns is shooting, you know, hot air up a pipe. You know what I mean? But like I said, AJ gave AJ the decision. He looked like crap his last fight against the calm, a smaller guy at about 5'11", 6 foot, 235 pounds. Where he was as heavy as 254. Gave him a lot of drama, gave him a lot of work. AJ was winning the fight, but it was a premature stoppage. I felt like Takam was still in the game. I felt like Takam could have finished the fight. He wasn't seriously hurt, but the referee saved him again and saved his undefeated knockout streak as well. And then you see a guy who moves. Joseph Parker's on a smaller guy at 236. And AJ coming in as light as a 241. And Joseph Parker gave him a hell of a run for his money. And I thought he won the fight. Now he fights somebody like me who's a behemoth of a man who walks around 320, 315, throwing 80, 70 punches around, can take a punch and don't give a living crap. It's a whole different story. So, you know, AJ's making the big money right now. AJ's a good payday, but I know one of the pay is legacy. I want him bad. You know, so you know, those guys they have money on their side, so they doing very well. You know, deep pockets get you a long way.
We'll open it up to questions to the media. You guys want to go ahead? One-on-one.
Well, you say you want AJ bad, so you prefer AJ more than Wilder, or?
The reason why I say that is because AJ has this stigma around him. You know, the golden boy, the bigger, better payday. And plus, personally, I don't like none of them. You know, AJ is looking more appealing to me at this point right now. I feel like me beating him is going to put me a superstar stardom level that I need to go on the fast track. I need to do it now. You know, Deontay's been champ for 3 years. Going to 3 years plus now, and people are just starting to hear about Deontay. You know, he's just starting to do PR work. He's doing all these extra gimmicks. He's taking speech therapy classes. He's just starting to doing these things now. And I'm not thinking you laughing, but it's serious. And he's doing these extra videos and talking about certain things that's happening in the world, and he wasn't doing before. So that's because somebody hired him. He hired somebody to help teach him these things, to articulate his words. So that's why he's doing this now. But he's just starting to get notoriety in boxing and in other forms of publicity in the world. You know what I mean? So, I mean, whatever their team is doing wasn't working for Deontay. And I feel like he be what I got to make a bigger fight pay-per-view in America. Bring the American heavyweights back. And right now, I really want to beat on AJ. You know, that's what Eddie Hearn kind of put in front of me for a while now. And then, you know, WBC don't have me ranked. I'm ranked everywhere else, too. So, for me, it makes more sense just going towards AJ, just running him over.
Do you think because he can fill stadiums in London and everything like that, AJ is the much bigger, represents a much bigger purse?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Anybody that can sell out 90,000 seats arena, of course. I mean that's way more appealing than fighting in the middle of, you know, somewhere in Hicksville, Alabama, in front of like 2,500 people. You know what I mean? And but like I said, sometimes you got to travel out your boundaries to make a statement. And you know, Errol Spence is one of the guys that I looked up to the last 2 years or so, from before he became champion, when he became champion, and he had to go over there and take that belt from Kell Brook. And I felt like, you know what, like, it is what it is. We got to do it any way we can at this point right now because, you know, time waits on nobody. So, like I said, there's other options on the table that I've talked about with my partners, Salida and Greg Coleman, other than an AJ fight. If that doesn't come on the table, I have to do Hoppers. So, like I said before, we're not going to sit still and wait for somebody to give us a bone. We're going to go out there and take it. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Anything comes to the table, we'll look at it. But at the same time, it has to be able, it has to be what Big Baby wants. And then my team will get on board with me and figure out if that's the best way to take it and approach it.
Is the division better now in that you have more options, more guys to fight?
Yeah, that too, but it also gives more options for people to run too. Think about it, you know. It's a sport where one doesn't always fight two, or the champ doesn't always fight one. The champ can fight 11, 12, 13, 14, and maybe if you want to fight 3 and 4. You know, and then finally when he feels like he might fight one, you know, that's what Deontay been doing for the last 3 years, you know, fighting guys that wasn't even ranked. And all of a sudden, you know, I study boxing. You know, I might love cheeseburger, I talk a lot of jokes and crack, but I'm a gym rat. You know, this is my cousin here, Jamal. I'm in the gym 2 times a day, and he'll tell you I study my sport of boxing. And a lot of you guys don't know when Jarrell Washington had got the fight with Deontay Wilder, he wasn't even in the top 15 at the time. They did all the promotion behind the Jarrell Washington and Deontay fight, and then they added him into the top 5 ranking or top 10 ranking until like 3 days before the fight. So how somebody fight for a world championship fight and not even in the top 15, not even in the top 10, and you put him in the top 5 ranking 3-4 days before the fight? So I'm trying to say, so people telling me I'm fighting Deontay's leftovers. Yeah, in some ways, yeah, but I'm fighting harder contenders than he was when he got a belt. You know, and it's rough because, you know, I don't care what fans really say, but I want the media, you guys, to put it out there. And I want you guys to say the truth because, think about it. They telling me I haven't fought nobody, why I deserve a title shot. Who did AJ fight to get a title shot? After he was getting smacked around by Dylan White for a couple rounds, Eddie Hearn him says, we're not fighting no Americans anytime soon. They clearly said that. But because Charles Martin won the fight on a freak accident, we're going to fight Charles Martin. And Charles Martin just gave him the belt, just handed over to him. So I'm trying to say, who did Deontay fight for a belt? At 30-something knockouts, who did he fight for a belt? He fought a Stavern who was having a hard time with a Chris Ariola. And who did he fight before that? Nobody. So they tell the guys that have 20 fights, 30-something fights fighting for a world title. And you're looking at me now, I fought Maurice Watt, who fought Klitschko, who fought Pavek. He fought Pavek. You know what I mean? So he fought tough guys. And I still stopped the early them dudes. Joe Washington only even stopped by the heavyweight champ of the world. Stop, beat him up, made him look like he wasn't nothing. Easy work. But now all of a sudden I don't deserve a title shot. Why? But see, like I said before, money talk. You know what I mean? So my team, we're a little more conservative. We do things a little different. You know what I mean? We don't flash the money, but we hard work. You know, they put the groundwork in. You know what I mean? So like I said, I want my team to do a little more groundwork on the promotional side, but I feel like we're gonna get better as time goes along, and I'm gonna prove them wrong.
Jarrell, what kind of performance do you think you kind of need to put on against Johan Duhaupas to get not just the eyeballs of fans, but, you know, to make the pressure valve a little bit tighter on some of these fights that are possibilities? And I'll just say, like you just said yourself, you fell asleep or almost did during the 12th-round decision.
Yeah, for sure.
But Joshua won, and yet we can all sort of say he didn't look good. So what do you have to do? So a win ain't enough.
Even if my last fight, Marshall Watt, wasn't my best one, it was still exciting. 2 heavyweights with throwing punches, numerous amount of punches. I made Morris Watt work. He had to work to get some punches off. But like I said before, look at the opponents I fought. They're not easy opponents to look good against, and I still take them out. And Duhaupas ain't the easiest opponent to look good against either. But I know what I'm bringing to the table. I'm coming in kind of like how I came for Jarrell Washington, and I'm going to be working on quality instead of quantity. You know, the reason why I kind of rushed a lot of my punches in my last 2 fights was because I felt like I was the underdog. Even though, which I wasn't. Jarrell Washington's fight, another historical point real quick, with factions was Jarrell Washington won the first round in that fight, no doubt about it. But Jarrell Washington was fighting on his promoter card, which is Al Haber, Lou DiBella, and PBC. That's a PBC card, so I'm an underdog on that card. Up to the point of me stopping Jarrell Washington, it was a tied fight at 4-4. What fight the hell they watching? Danny Jacobs, Steve Farr, all these guys said, yo, I had the 7-1 for Big Game all across the board. I'm throwing 80 punches around, guy throwing 20-something punches. How's he winning a fight? But that shows you when you have home territory and home cooking with promoters, you got to put in extra work in. So that's why the reason why I kind of rushed a lot of my shots. This can have a high volume, not really focusing on quality, but more on quantity to be the Jarrell Washington.
So this being your show, you'll set the pace. You'll have the pace you want.
Exactly. And I'm gonna take the old school, man. I'm gonna have fun, but I'm gonna set up my shots, and I'm gonna do what I do best. You know.
Can I just bank on one thing you said? You talked about how when it wasn't your show, it was a PBC show.
Correct.
There's that impetus of, well, I got to do something. I mean, even the cards when Wilder came back to knock out Ortiz were for Wilder, which is sort of crazy. So
correct.
What you're saying makes a lot of sense.
Correct.
So let me ask you this. I know after that fight you tried to get in the ring and they sort of shoved you out.
Correct.
Did you kind of feel less, do you sort of feel like that can't just, and maybe the PBC in general has sort of disrespected you?
Yeah, I don't think it's PBC. I think it's a lot of things involved.
No, I don't mean personally.
Oh, no.
it's a money game in a way.
Because you know, Al Heyman is a good person. I've talked to Al before. I've talked to Sam Watson before. I don't feel like it's just Al Heyman. I felt like it's the arena we fought in as well. I feel like people behind closed doors were saying certain things. Maybe they didn't want that kind of altercation as well. But like I said, I'm not an instigator of outside.
No, I think you just wanted to make it right.
Exactly. But like I said, that's what happens with some of these fighters. They want to throw stones in the glass house. He want to fight my bro, throw dirt on my name. People behind closed doors that work in organizations want to throw dirt on my name. But when I speak up and say something about it, I'm an ignorant black athlete. That's how it comes out to be. That's what I'm trying to say. So when you're of this complexion, you talk and speak for yourself, I'm ignorant. I'm an instigator. But no, I'm defending myself. That's all it is. But